haven't watched it already, talking about it only goes so far. The exhaust is fucking insane. Is really all I can tell you. So,
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's like I. Alright, so what? So those of you who have watched the video, what do you think of the sound it makes, and also do you think it's louder, and do you think it is louder than Jaeger?
I literally was in the middle of watching it today. Turned it off because I had to go out and I forgot to watch the rest of it. So I'm just going to sit in the corner quietly for this.
Yes. um, but I mean, to me, it's definitely interesting because for for the new Z01, like in my mind, it's completely stock now, right? Yeah, because it's completely stock, but besides now the exhaust. So if we imagine that thing with like a massive cam in it,
yeah, I agree, Ryder.
wait, wait, what did Ryder say?
He said it needs a cam.
Oh yeah, no,
Wait, how do we see the chat? I'm sorry.
Everyone is talking in the podcast chat in
Got it. Found it.
yeah. Um, but yeah, so everyone on Discord is saying that it's louder. Ooh, Mick, shoot me! It needs headers. Yes, so I think with new headers and a big cam like Jaeger, that thing is going to be probably an absolute beast noise wise because I imagine Jaeger is already pretty loud.
Yeah. Do we want to touch on the RPM Act and stuff like that, or do you want to talk about that on a different podcast?
Yeah, that's fine. So, where do you start with that? Because that's a pretty big thing.
Yeah, I mean, with the whole question about headers and stuff like that, with everything that's going on with it, with them trying to kind of limit us with performance parts. But we can also talk about that if we talk about like everything going on, like car wise.
Yeah, because I think with the RPM Act, does anybody know where that currently is? Is it still in the House, or did it get sent off to the Senate yet? Because I'm not exactly
I know it got passed somewhere. But I don't know if that was just like it got passed to go to the House or.
Yeah.
Someone just said it's in the House.
Yeah, someone says it's in the House. That's where I'm pretty sure it's at, but it could also be in the Senate. But yeah, so it's in the House now. Yeah, because like with it restricting. Alright, so let's say this. If somehow it doesn't pass, how do you think it's going to? How do you guys think it's going to basically affect the on the car scene, along with the racing scene as well?
Do we want to talk about like just the scene in general, or do we want to talk about the financial standpoint too? Because if they pass this, they're gonna kill a like multi-million-dollar industry in the United States.
I would say both. So give thoughts on that, because you do have a point. Because really, modifying cars, that's probably more like maybe close to like $1 billion-ish, maybe. Because there's a lot of things. Because like for example, think of like Corsa, Texas Speed. It's like all
Hennessy too.
Yeah, it's like
you have all these car brands that literally make their money off of just building crazy fast stuff and like not caring. Yeah, Cake Boy says Magnaflow. It's just Camaro says Mishimoto. Like all these cars are all these car brands are just gone.
Yeah.
I don't think people realize how many jobs and livelihoods are like wrapped up in I mean, you look at, like, you just listed off so many brands. Like, there are thousands of employees for each of these companies too. I mean, and it's,
Um,
yeah, and you're right. LaFish, or I don't know what you want me to call you, but in chat he just said SRT is dead. So yeah, you're not only looking at like
yeah,
performance part brands, but you're looking at like the whole performance division of like
Yeah.
major car companies. I mean,
yeah,
it this goes so much deeper than people realize, and it's going to be not only bad for the economy, but bad for the car community, bad for so many things.
Yeah.
yeah. Adrian just said
Over
too. He said, correct me if I'm wrong, but the EPA got Davis County, Utah, to fine the Diesel brothers close to $900,000.
Hmm.
TRD just died too.
I'm sorry,
Really?
what? No way.
No. Yeah, they should. Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be really bad.
TRD was shut down. Holy shit.
Hold on, I'm gonna Google this.
Wow.
Wow.
Even. Yeah, let's. Because if.
Yeah, I don't think that the EPA realizes how much, like, I guess in a sense, how much money is generated in the economy through performance parts. Because, like, we're not even the craziest country to do performance stuff. Like, look at Dubai, look at Australia.
Oh my gosh.
Like, look at all these places that have boatloads more money than people in the U.S. and they sit there and they buy 10 to 15 cars and just spend $100 grand on them. Yeah. Germany is a big one too. Obviously, you have the famous Nürburgring. You have the Autobahn. You have people that literally buy cars specifically to go to the Nürburgring on weekends, just to go race.
Yeah, I mean, like also going back to kind of like Australia, it's like, for example, the fucking burnout scene. That's massive there, and like, and like also on the Castlemaine rod shop there as well, which now Cletus has 2 of their cars. So it's like, if the EPA did this to us, it's like none of that would exist anymore. It's like that whole sector is just going to be gone. And again, Stitch, like you said, it's like people build specialized cars to go, to either drag racing, to track days, or to whatever,
Yeah.
So it's like, it's going to affect businesses, yes, but it's also going to affect all of us just as equally, if not more, which is
a little
sad.
Unfair if you think about it.
Yeah, because also, if you think about it, like, all of the, I can't say all, most of the major car brands, they have already announced and basically came out with some type of EV, all except for Dodge, so far, that I know of, right? Because now Ford has the Mach-E, BMW has something, Mercedes has something, so it's like,
yeah.
We've had a request to speak from Space Monkey, the mod. He's in the chat.
Yeah, I see him.
Yeah.
But yeah, Dodge is still putting Hellcat engines in their cars. Yes, Evo, they are, as a matter of fact, which is basically them saying fuck you to the EPA, which is kind of good actually, because honestly, it's like we need companies to stand up for themselves and to defend all of this, because I don't think this should come down like we need to all fight for this somehow, because this.
I know I put out an announcement, but if y'all haven't already, make sure you go sign that petition. It's it only goes so far, but it's something.
Yes.
And at least you can say you tried by signing the petition.
Mm-hmm.
See, what I don't understand is that they think that just doing all this stuff and like banning performance cards, fining everybody, doing all this other stuff, they think it's going to get them somewhere. It's going to be the same thing as anything that's illegal. People are still going to do it, if not do it more now.
Yeah.
Like, you have a whole community. Obviously, this whole server is kind of a pure sign of that, but at the same time, it's like you have people that this is what they grow up doing.
Yeah.
Like, what do you guys want to do on a Friday night? Oh, let's head down to the drag strip and go drag race and run a couple rounds and then go home. It's like people eat, sleep, and breathe cars.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing with all these performance shops. You have people that you're going to put out of work. You're going to have people that are going to lose their homes, that are going to lose everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
And most likely, I'm not even going to, not going to jump to conclusions, but at the same time, I'm not going to, sit here and hold back the fact that, yeah, most likely it's because of street racing.
Mm-hmm.
Most likely it is because of loud cars. It is because of people calling and complaining to senators and whatnot and finally getting somewhere with it. But it's like, why do we do this? It's not to go and piss people off. It's so that we can, most of us, get away from our own shit.
Right, yeah.
Like, cars are an outsource for anything, really. You're having a bad day, you go jump in your car and you go drive around for 3 hours, you go home and you're fine.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know I do that personally.
Yeah,
a lot of people do it.
Yeah, oh yeah.
To answer your question, the announcement was on March 14th. So if you want to scroll back up in announcements, you can find the petition there.
From Rido, can we just cancel on the EPA? You know what? I'm sure a lot of us would enjoy that quite a bit. Is to just cancel them entirely.
I would love to do that.
Oh yeah, that would be amazing. My CRV is a 2013. But yeah, it's like, to really get back on topic, it's like people like Gavin, for example, if you know, if this were to not pass, then he would basically have to shut down his whole YouTube because he can't do anything with his cars. People like Cletus as well, he can't do anything. People like fuck, who else? But yeah.
Evan Chase, same way. Like,
yeah.
He's come out and personally said cars saved his life, and
yeah,
and
I even watched that whole video, and like cars. Listen, even though a lot of people view cars as just objects, it's like cars have a lot of meaning to a lot of people, and like for example, in like Evan's eyes and his life, it saved his life, which is huge. It's like without cars, he probably wouldn't be here today, making all of those amazing videos we all love. Which is weird to think about how like just one thing can change somebody's life entirely.
Yeah.
So I'm getting pings. Let me see what they're about. Oh yeah, it's like, Adam. Oh, Z street speed set.
Diablo Formula, CSP.
Yeah. Ken
Like,
Block.
these are all local guys to me too. Like,
yeah.
I'm close to Evolution Performance. I'm close to Complete Street Performance. I'm close to Fast of Westchester. I'm close to a lot of McLaren people. What is it? Why can't I think of it? Fab Speed Automotive, that does a lot of work with like Ferrari, Lamborghini, Audi, all their high end stuff.
Yeah.
It's like a lot of these places are going to go out of business. I know for a fact that the EPA actually went to the Lund tuning facility and walked in and started threatening them with fines. Like they threatened Jack Lund himself with having him shut down and having him fined and all this other stuff. It's like, dude, you just walked into a guy's place of business where he goes in every day and busts his ass to try to make something. And it's like, for what? Because somebody complained about someone's car being loud?
Yeah.
I know for a fact if you calculate the amount of pollution that any garbage company brings out with all their trucks, any shipping company, ships, planes, all of that outweighs the pollution that a set of headers will do to a car, an intake will do to a car, injectors, fuel, anything.
Yeah, so yeah, actually, oh yeah, a good point on that, ZCB made is that it's basically all of the Prius drivers that that are just like making a whole fuss out of this. Like really, it's just all of those people who complain about loud cars, you know, again, like Stitch, you said, it's just people that bitch and moan about loud cars and like how they think they're bad for the environment. It's like, yeah, sure, you know, it's like, for example, if, you know, cats were, you know, deleted, then sure, you know, I can see a little bit, but it's still not as bad as the hundreds of thousands of planes we have in the air each day as all of the diesels as well, you know, garbage trucks, buses, you know, whatever. It's it's all of those combined that are having the main issue with with the environment. It's not only that, it's also us humans as well not taking care of the planet when we are continuing to chop down forests and everything like that. So just the fact that the EPA is targeting the car community is kind of saying something. You know, it's like why it's like they want to target, you know, us because maybe we're the first line of people to go for it if you know, and then if they see that it works, then what about planes? You know,
Yeah.
what about you know my career as a pilot? You know, what would that bring? For example, you know,
It's
like
just a TRX 500 just ping me because Bill Gates says cows create more pollution than everything combined.
yeah, and I might just
Yeah,
get
I
you.
could be out of work. I'd have to go get more certifications and actually have to go work on a lot of electric cars. Like we
Yeah,
just started getting our shits in for hybrid F-150s and Mach-E's and whatnot.
yeah,
And like they're nice to see, but at the same time, it's like, is this going to be the future? Like I went to school so that I could sit there and wrench and work on a motor.
yeah,
Well, actually work on an engine, not a motor, if you really want to get technical with it.
yeah. Cause I mean, although I do think it is going to be in the future somewhere, I don't see it. I don't see a majority of cars being fully electric anytime soon. You
Yeah.
know,
How do you say? I guess it's Quasar. Mechanics won't die off. Um, the field's never going to go away. Everybody's going to need somebody to fix their cars, even if they're electric. You have brakes, tires, you have a bunch of basic maintenance.
mm,
So it's not going to go away. Will the actual need for it go away? Yeah, but like not the whole entire industry itself.
yeah, yeah, cause
And Zook, I don't know if you saw TRX 500. I did not see the C10 at Barrett Jackson.
no,
I haven't actually checked up on anything really involving electric cars recently.
ooh, there it is.
Oh,
It's
that's actually really nice.
yeah, that 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 is actually really nice. Like. like the like the design actually looks pretty nice, not gonna lie. Right, fucking fuck you. Uh, I don't know, swap your Tesla. Now that's something.
I have
Jesus.
nothing against
No.
Tesla owners, but when you pull up next to me at a red light and just floor it like nothing, like I don't get that. I don't understand what you're trying to prove to me. Like, wow, your car has instant torque. I actually have a clutch and need to do stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, oh, I'm sorry, I actually have a clutch. I have a thing called, a manual transmission, which you probably don't remember how to drive anymore, because you're in a car that drives yourself now. It's like in the future, it's like people won't actually know how to drive if you think about it, because everything is going to be self-driven.
Yeah.
So it's like so then like even in the future, there won't be a need for example, driving schools, because no one's gonna need to know how to drive, because they would just get
Yeah,
driven around by their cars, you know?
yeah, no, I do agree with what Quasar said too. I just saw it pop up in chat. He's like, it's the thing he said he's worried about is that with electric cars coming out and everything, and it basically just needing a software update to continue running. He's like, I agree with what you're saying. It's like it's going to turn into like mobile phones or whatever. Oh, 5 years? Oh, sorry, can't update that no more.
Yeah,
But I do agree with that. That is scary, and I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of companies do that. Yeah, like yeah, there are still companies that want to have quality over quantity. Like, and there are even some that have quality with quantity. I mean, look at Honda. It's not as good as it used to be. But at the same time, it's like if you have a Honda from 2000 and you actually take care of it, it can last you to 250,000 miles and be fine.
yeah, oh yeah. And unlike, for example, an example is like my 99 Accord that's up north. It's like that has that's almost at yeah, that's actually around like 260-ish thousand miles, and it still runs and drives perfectly fine. So it's like to me, it's like as long as you take care of your cars, it's gonna be fine, really. And I mean, like, and what I've noticed as well is that the older cars are really the ones that stay true and strong, and that the newer cars are the ones that just seem like cheaper to me as well. You know, so I mean, I don't know. So I don't know. If anybody else has noticed that as well. But to me, it really seems like new cars are cheaper than really in than like older ones.
I don't know. Let me see. I just saw a ping. Sulfur in batteries is another thing uh, that Slendercat brought up with sulfur being in batteries and other things that they use for them being very big pollutants. Like we literally have a bin at work dedicated to when you pull an old battery out, throw it in the bin. If you actually look at the inside of this stuff and like see all the corrosion on the inside of this bin, it's ridiculous. Like that stuff's not fun. I've had brand new shirts to where if I take a battery out of a car and it's leaking and it gets on my shirt, I throw it in the wash. I come back to work the next day and there's like 20 holes in it, and it looks like I just got shot by birdshot just from the acid.
I mean, that's something that also, is needed to be talked about. It's like, how are we going to dispose of those cars, once they're done with? Because, like
Yeah,
you said, the batteries, like there are big batteries in those cars.
biohazard almost.
Yeah,
It's
I mean,
acid that's in them.
yeah, arguably, it could be worse. And then, like, for example, normal trash we put out, it could be worse because, again, like you said, it's the acid, and then not only that, but like all of the other chemicals as well that's in them. Lithium is just as bad. Yes. Oh, oh yeah. Also, Slendercat as well. Brings up a good point as well. For example, so, for example, it's like semi truck batteries. Those are massive, right?
Yeah, they are. I believe semi-truck batteries normally, because they have to go in the cold, are like 2,000 cold cranking amps or something.
Yeah.
Like they weigh, I think, a good probably 50, 60 pounds, if not more. I haven't had the unpleasant luxury of having to change one, thankfully.
Mm.
But like I've pulled hybrid batteries out of like the older Escapes and stuff like that. And you literally need to stick an engine crane in the car to pull the battery out because they weigh a good 300 pounds. Like
Yeah.
it's honestly weird. And we're getting our tools in for again the Mach E's. We have all our specialty tools to do the batteries in them, and now they're making little sections of the cells that you replace. You don't replace the single battery pack anymore. They're like, no, we'll ship you a cell, and you can find out which cell's dead. It's like, really? You're gonna make us now waste our time going through all that, and then we have to still just replace the one little part?
Yeah. Yeah, so it's like, again, it's like a lot of work for something that's so small as well. But yeah, it's like even like looking into the future of car batteries as well. It's like, going into trucks, it's like, for example, the Tesla truck. It's like how big of batteries is that going to need in order to run and also pull a multi-ton trailer behind it, right?
Yeah,
So I do think even though EVs, they are good in practice, I think people also need to think about like, oh, once it's past its lifetime, what's going to happen to it, because the batteries are going to have to be disposed of somehow. So how are we going to, dispose of those? Because those
yeah,
could be a big, but because those could be a big biohazard to us. Oh yeah. Also, I'm with, on also I'm with accidents as well. It's like all of those chemicals as well. That's just in the battery, and
yeah,
that can start fires, and then all those chemicals are then going into our atmosphere, right? So it's like that's another thing that also needs to be thought about.
yeah. I don't. I think that honestly, I think that they're just trying to use this as like a short-term solution
Yeah.
of like, oh, well, we don't like this, so we're just going to ban everything and then deal with the consequences later. And which is obviously that's not really something you can do when it's a countrywide economy almost for stuff like this. And same thing, it's like if you want to enforce that everybody goes electric and everybody's has to put out electric vehicles, like gas vehicles are banned and all this other stuff. Now you have to send other people off because what are firefighters going to do if two electric cars crash? There's a fire, and you're not equipped to put out an electrical fire.
Hmm.
It's because the government's not going to reimburse the fire companies for having to send their men out to go get trained on how to like properly put out a hybrid battery fire.
Oh yeah, no, not at all. Yeah, it's like, yeah, cause now at that point, yeah, it's like everyone needs to go and get trained on like how to put those out as well. Yeah, but firefighters, they need trucks, um, and and as well, they are losing millions, equipment as well. Because again, they have to buy all of that stuff to then put out these specialized fires
Yeah.
for for the batteries. Because normal water isn't gonna do anything against that. Let's be honest here, you know.
Yeah. There's a new type of battery out called a radon dual carbon, and it's much better than lithium in almost every way. That's pretty cool. I didn't even know anything was coming out like that.
Um, whoever that that was. Do you know exactly how it's better? Because now I'm curious. I'm like, how is that better?
It's Evo. Let me see. He said Power Japan Plus has already announced that this new battery technology called radon dual carbon not only is it last longer and charge faster than lithium, but is made using the same factories where these batteries are already built. It's basically just switching over assembly lines to certain things.
Interesting. Uh,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's like, but like, getting back to it, I also saw that. Oh yeah, again, I'm with ZCB. It's like if we change things too fast, then like no one's going. Then that's like no one's going to have time to then adapt to the change at all. You know,
Yeah.
because if it's instant, it's like then companies have to scramble for basically whatever new laws there
Yeah.
are, which
Dealerships
is
are going to lose money. Dealerships are going to close. Companies are going to have to pull inventory. It's the same thing. I agree with what Raccoon said. What are they going to do? Pay everybody out for running a gas car?
yeah.
Government's not going to do that.
No, there's way too many cars
It's
out
going to be
here.
the same sort of thing as the cash for clunkers deal.
Mm,
Like you have people bringing in these quote unquote gas guzzlers that aren't worth fixing because they're like bad cars. And what do? They literally put a agent in the oil that'll crystallize in the engine bay, and they'll run it on that. And my when I was in school, my engine teacher literally said he used to work for a dealer that would get cash for clunkers. Said the worst one that he had was I think he said like a 70 something Camaro with a 350 small block in it. And he said they'd all just sit out back and throw a brick on the accelerator and just let the motor go. He said they actually took bets on how long that car would last, and it lasted a good solid 9 minutes with a brick on the accelerator at red line with this stuff trying to crystallize in the engine.
mm,
But it's the same thing. Like, what are they going to do? Are they just going to pay everybody out and whatnot, or are they just going to let everybody suffer?
yeah. Yeah, cause I want to say it's like most households have usually like one to two to maybe three cars, and then the amount of people in the U.S., the amount of cars that is, the government's not gonna want to pay out because that's gonna be trillions, well, not trillions, but billions of dollars spent on just giving people money for their cars back,
Yeah.
basically. Yeah,
Like,
cause
if you look at statistics, it's what you have two parents and two kids normally in a like quote unquote formal household, right?
yeah,
So if both parents have jobs and both parents work separately from each other on opposite sides of town, they both need transportation. So yeah, one of them could take mobile transit, but in reality, what are you going to do? You go out and you buy two cars.
yep,
The same
two,
thing. You get a kid that turns 16. Oh, he needs a car too. It's like, really?
yeah.
So now, what are you going to do? You're going to pay $100,000 worth of cars out to one family?
Yeah, maybe more too, because like, for example, people like Evan, going back to him, he has so many cars because
He's got what, 15 cars?
he has quite a bit, yeah. So it's
Hey,
like,
look at Savage Garage.
yeah,
Look
oh
at
my,
Randy Savage. The dude has over, what do you think his tally for cars is like over 20 some $1 million?
yeah. So it's like, is the
Because he's
government gonna pay him out that?
Yeah. It's gonna be like Need for Speed with street racing and hiding cars in garages till night. Yeah, most
Yeah.
likely. It's gonna be funny.
Honestly, that would honestly be so much fun though. Like that that would be a lot of fun. Like low key. Um, Going on how many cars there are, it is almost the same instance as how people are like take all the guns or pay for your guns. Yeah, I mean in the same way, it's actually kind of the same argument argument in a way. It's like because the government, it's like they're in talks of possibly, taking guns, and it's like that's not going to happen. And then at the same time, the EPA is trying to take away our cars and modding it. So it's essentially the same. So it's essentially just the same argument, just with two very different topics.
That's the thing though. It's like the same thing. Looking at what Slendercat said, cops and EVs and pounding V8 cars and other stuff. It's like it. Let's be completely honest. There are very few electronic cars that can go in extreme speeds for an extreme amount of time.
Right.
It's like the same thing. I kept seeing memes for this year with TX2K of Chevy giving Texas police departments around Houston specialized, quote unquote, specialized Camaros as interceptor units. It was a gif of like the Joe Jameson face from Spider-Man and him laughing, and it just said all the people with over 1,000 horsepower at TX2K. It's like it's going to be the same ball. Like I've personally raced Teslas in Mexico. We'll say.
Yes.
I've gone from a 40 roll. They stopped going at like 120.
Mm-hmm.
It's a night and day difference.
Yeah, because really it's cars that have power bands all throughout gears, and then there's Teslas who just really have like really one or two gears, maybe not even, and then they just go, and then basically, and then plus their arrow isn't built
Yeah.
to go those high speeds as well.
Yeah. Quasar just said my RSX will even run out of EV since the heat distribution is a problem. It's the same thing. Even when you're going that speed, what are you going to do? Slam on the brakes? These things have regenerative braking. So are you going to now overload a battery cell when you slam the brakes? Or is it just going to take you like 5 miles to stop?
What's happened? But ooh, I want to see Captain versus the Tesla. Huh.
If they did a dig, the Tesla would win. If they did a roll, Captain would just destroy it. It's night and day. Regen braking is only done without the brake pedal.
Yeah. Also, Elwood, what do you mean about that? Do you mean like about the status of the Viper, or what about it? Because as far as I know, Danny is the one who won the Viper. And as far as I know, it's down because he blew up the motor or something.
The Viper motor blew up?
I'm pretty sure something happened to it. Yeah, because he was racing and then it kind of went kaboom.
Well, I know he had plans to make that thing a twin turbo Viper anyway.
Yeah.
From what I understand. I follow him on Instagram, and that thing, he was dragging a good couple cars.
Oh yeah.
Like, and I believe that was the same thing because they realized it was going to California, so they put in case it went to California, they put them catted headers on it just in case.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let me go back. Yeah, so then 8 weeks ago, he posted on Instagram that it's probably a collapsed lifter.
Probably.
Yeah, and then 3 weeks ago, he posted that it's gonna be at the shop soon. So, ooh,
I like ZCP. Did you just read ZCP's idea?
yes.
I
Okay,
did see that.
I mean, okay. Honestly, though, that song with Jaeger is just iconic, though.
Yeah.
So it's like with Captain, they need a new song that
Has
just
that
has,
same sort of effect.
yeah, that has that same energy and effects. Because really, that intro is just iconic. So I don't think it should be used again. Because it's just really just iconic. Let's see. Only thing I have an issue with for EVs is software bugs, exploits, and zero days. That's go for a black market. That's a really good point actually, because with hackers, it's like with the age of EVs coming, it's like everything can be hacked one way or another. So to say that EVs cannot be hacked is wrong. So like that's going to be a big thing. A big thing actually is to watch for actually is to see how EVs get hacked and basically what is going to be the effects on the cars.
Dude,
Cause
that stuff's scary. Like I've literally seen the videos of people with it literally looks like they have a Game Boy in their hand and they walk up to you or they walk up to your car and it literally reads the key code and it
yeah.
just unlocks the door and starts the car and they're gone.
hmm But I mean also think about while driving as well. And like, okay, let's say you're somebody, I'm like Elon Musk, right? And then you're driving around your Tesla. What if someone were to hack into the autopilot, and then make you crash?
I
Like,
know from what I remember, I believe um, Elon Musk did address that issue, and he was saying that they had certain fail safes to where they could not hack it and basically play it like a PlayStation.
mm,
Quasar just put in, I work for a software engineering company that does a lot of red blue hacking events, and we had to hack a Tesla on old software, and it was extremely easy. See,
um,
that stuff scares me, dude.
wait, also, what year was that as well? Because I'm curious about that, cause, cause Because I mean, I know that Tesla, they have really improved on their software game. Even in even in the past year as well.
Sion, what's it like for you guys overseas? Like
Yeah.
your guys' sort of like emissions laws? Because I know there's a lot of stuff with motorcycles specifically, like to where they can't be over a certain CC level unless you have like a special permit or something like that, if I'm
Yeah.
not mistaken.
Over here in the UK, we're allowed to ride like very how do I put this? Sort of low end scooters and mopeds and things like that. They can't go over a CC limit if you only have like a permit, basically a provisional driving license. You have to actually do your test to be able to drive anything more powerful. But you can have a provisional as long as you slap L plates on to drive. I think it's just mopeds and certain other vehicles as well. But I'm not really sure how the driving laws and that over in America are as well, because I do drive. I can drive, but
Oh, don't
unfortunately,
count that.
yeah, unfortunately, I'm not allowed to by law because of the medication I'm on. But I would have liked to drive and that, been able to get more involved in like the car community, because I'm not actually an avid car follower like everyone else here is. I'm a gamer. Rip.
I know I have seen a lot of stuff like your laws over there to get an actual license is you have to be 21 years of age instead of like over here it's you have to be 16 to get a permit, and you have to have, I believe it's like 60 hours, or depending on state. I know for Pennsylvania, it's when you're 16 years old, you can get your permit, but to take your driving exam, you need 60 logged driving hours, whether it be with an instructor, a parent, or whatnot. And then you can go and take your driver's license, unless you just go when you're like 18. You don't need to deal with that, and you literally go, you get your permit, and then your license.
Yeah, I think over here it was you can get a permit, like a provisional driving license, when you're 16.
Yeah.
It used to be you could take your driving test when you were 18, but I think they upped it to 21 about 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah, it's like over here, you can have a 16-year-old go in, or 15, depending on state. It's just a T-Rex just said in Colorado, you can get your permit at 15, have 50 driving hours, and then get your license at 16. It's the same thing. It's like you can have a 16-year-old that just got his license. If he's got the money, go out and purchase. Hell, he can go out and purchase a brand new 99, or what is it, like a 997 GT3, and go wrap it around a tree. It's like we don't really have those like provisional limits of like what you can drive per se. Like we don't have any of the CC limits or stuff like that, because I know I went to high school with kids that were 16 that went out and bought a 1,000cc motorcycle because they rode 450 dirt bikes all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, because I mean, I know here in Florida, you can get your permit at 16. Sorry, permit at 15, license at 16. And then up in Connecticut, I was able to get my permit and license at 16. So.
Yeah.
So I mean, here it's not really federally regulated at all. It varies state by state. So actually, that brings up another question. Do you think the driving age should be, fed, should be something that is set throughout the U.S., or should it still be the state's choice?
I don't have an issue with it being state's choice.
Yeah.
But I do think that there should be some sort of like driver's ed or something implemented back into schools.
Yes.
Because let's be honest, I know many of us have been cut off by some random 15-year-old that just got his permit, that's driving with a friend that has their license that's just barely over 18, or their older sister or something like that, and they're texting away and just cut you off in your own lane.
Yeah.
Like I drive a bright blue car. I got ran off the road 2 weeks ago by a 16-year-old.
Oh my God.
That was just jamming music and literally had no idea I was right there. Like, I don't know. I believe that it should have, the state should have say in like the age that you're able to drive, because they can deal with the kids in their own state.
Yeah.
I got to deal with PA kids and Jersey kids. Like, not fun.
No.
But I do feel that there should be some sort of like driver's ed implemented back into like schooling as like a curricular program. Because I know a lot of schools nowadays, they do the like, I don't think it's around anymore, but like the DARE programs for like drug abuse and stuff like that.
Yeah,
and I know my high school, for my senior prom, we actually have, we call it a mock crash. It's basically a mock drunk driving crash. Like we have 3 townships show up with fire trucks and police cars. And they make it really real. Like our drama department was pretty good. So
yeah,
Quasar said they stopped it now, which I'm assuming he's talking about DARE, and they have a mock crash also. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, because I mean, I know in my high school there was I mean back when I was 8th grade freshman, there was some type of program to where you could get in and take your driving lessons in school, but I mean, by the time I got up to be a sophomore, they removed it from school, like, entirely.
I know a lot of schools up here, they did it just due to budget cuts and stuff like that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, because I know that before I got up to high school, they had, actually, because my high school, they used to have they used to have a mechanic class, and like we had a 2-car garage and everything, and they removed that like a few years before yeah, like a good few years before I got into high school. I'm 20, gonna be 21 in like uh 9 months or so. I can't do math right now, but yeah, I'm 20. But so I'm in college. But like back when I was in high school, um, my robotics and my woodworking teacher, they were both teachers for that class, and they would say like how amazing it would be because Stitch, I know that, because Stitch, I know that for you, you actually got to work on cars, and that was this class. It's like we and like from what I've heard, it's like we would get to work hands on cars and get to learn all about them.
Yeah, like it. For me, I know throughout high school, like we have VOTEC and stuff like that. So like you can go and you can learn a trade outside of
Yeah.
school, and like they just basically take you from one school and put you in another one.
Mhm.
But yeah, no, I know the school used to have a driver's ed program, and then they stopped it. I believe it was because of budget cuts. Don't quote me. I don't know for 100%. But 9 times out of 10, that's normally the reasons over here why a lot of schools lose a lot of programs like that is just because funding and a lot of kids don't take them.
Oh yeah.
Is it's you get everything drilled into your brain that you got to go to college. Okay, auto mechanics doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's. Did they have any programs like that for you, Cy? So where it was like you could go and have some sort of driver's ed, or was it more or less just learn on your own?
Yeah, it's learn on your own. We don't have driver's ed in school over here, unfortunately.
Also, Sai, so so then whenever you took your driver's test, um, did you have to learn on a manual or um or an auto?
That was actually up to the person who was actually doing it, whether they wanted it to be manual or auto.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they were given the choice whether they were, because both kinds of cars are quite prevalent over here, you see, so
Yeah.
they just allow it. But I think most of the time it is actually manual.
So
I've
then,
actually.
go ahead.
I didn't mean to cut you off. I've actually heard of. I believe someone took their driver's ed test in like their dad's Mercedes or something like that. I went to high school with, and it was like a CL 550 or whatever that had a 6-speed in it. And the driving instructor didn't know how to really grade him for the parallel parking because like it took him a little bit, but it wasn't like him going from forward to drive. He was just like bumping it into neutral to coast a tiny bit. Like I guess to kind of like not so much cheat the system, but kind of sort of. And he actually got failed for it, and it was funny as anything because he did it in 3 turns. That like because we have a rule to get in a parallel parking spot in Pennsylvania, you have to do 3. You have 3 attempts, or 3 times forward, 3 times reverse, so you can go back and forth a total of 3 times each way. And he did it in I think it was like 1 revert or 1 forward or 2 reverse and like 1 forward or something like that because he had it perfectly lined up. And because he kept putting it back into neutral to like kind of like adjust himself and make sure he was fine, the instructor failed him for it.
Wow. Yeah, it's like.
I've also heard instructors passing people on the spot. Like they just like, yeah, go through the course. You're good. You passed it. You literally showed up in a like 6-speed car.
Yeah.
Like half the kids your age don't even know what that is. Like,
Yeah,
you're good.
which is kind of sad to see, you know. It's like, cause like really, that's real driving there is actually shifting through the gears and not just letting the car do all the work, but you actually having some input as well to it.
Yeah.
I personally like I have more control over my car. Like nowadays, you would think I'd speed in the Mustang more because I'm 23 with a 400 plus horsepower car. You'd think I'd speed everywhere I go. I find myself speeding more in my truck. It's an automatic than I do in my car because like I'm more self-conscious of like what gear I'm in and how fast I'm going, and especially because my car is a little bit louder, so it does draw attention. So it's like, all right, well, I kind of got to be on my A game. Whereas my truck, it's like I'll be going down the road and I won't even realize it. I'll look down, I'll be going 75. I'm like, wait a minute, hold on,
Yeah, exactly.
slow down.
Yeah, because I mean, with autos as well, it's like you don't even realize you are changing gears. So it's like you could be flying and like, don't even realize it. While with, a manual, you actually like know what gear you're in. And basically, and then also if you drive it for long enough, you actually know what speed as well.
Yeah.
You are in.
Yeah, nowadays it's like I can, if I know I'm in like third gear at like 2,000 RPM, I know I'm going about 40, roughly. And it's honestly, TRX, it's, you can learn how to do it. Like I have like a racing simulator, Zook's seen it. I have like a pedal, I have clutch pedals and everything like that. And I've certain games on my computer to where you can really get it as close as software possibly to like an actual clutch pedal and stuff like that, to where it will stall if you let it out too quick or whatnot. But the easiest way to learn it is like you can sit there and watch YouTube videos all the time, but until you actually get behind the wheel of one, it's
Yeah, I mean personally, if you want to learn on, obviously try and learn on something that's lower horsepower, like for example a Miata. Because for me personally, I learned on my uncle's Honda Fit, and now, well, I mean, I can't say I know how to drive stick because I've only driven it once, but but I mean, like I have a good understanding of how it works now. So it's like,
like I learned how to drive stick on I think it was like a 1994 Mercedes CL 240 compressor. Like I was working at a Mercedes dealer and my buddy knew I didn't know how to drive stick. I learned on that. So he literally grabbed me and threw me in the driver's seat. He's like, all right, you're gonna learn now.
Yeah.
And then same thing, I went to tech school with him, or basically technical college. And he did the same thing. He was like, all right, well, you drive this Jeep in that we're working on. It's 5-speed. And like I kind of learned through just other people being like, yeah, no, you're good. I'm replacing this anyway, so go ahead. If it gets a little bit messed up, it's fine. But yeah, no, I agree with Quasar. Get a Miata or Honda Civic, something cheap. Like if you can go out and buy a $500 Honda Civic that's got a manual transmission in it.
Yeah.
If it needs a clutch, it's whatever. Like honestly, you learn how to drive with a messed up clutch. You can learn how to drive with a perfectly normal clutch.
Yeah. Also, to bring it off topic for a second, just wanted to let you guys know if you haven't gotten entries in yet, into the giveaway, you have 25 more minutes to do so before Jaeger and the villain are no longer. I can't believe. Okay, to go on the topic of that, I can't believe there's only 25 more minutes left until both of those calls are gone. Like, because if you think about it, Jaeger is the car that started Gavin's channel, and then the villain is Gavin's first ever supercar.
The Corvette started it. No, I'm kidding.
Oh my! I mean, in a way,
I had to do it. It was too easy.
Yeah, I mean, like in a way, it did because that was
Jaeger launched the channel.
Yeah, Jaeger.
100%.
Well, that's a debatable topic because
Jaeger started gaining traction until the axle broke,
Yes.
then it couldn't gain traction no more, and then the Mustang came in and gained a lot of traction.
Yes, and then Satan came along, and then that's when hell broke loose on Gavin's channel.
Yeah.
So it's like really, his white Corvette is what started it. Jaeger made it pick up speed, and then Satan got it to basically where it is now in a way. and the fact that he's given away Jaeger,
Yeah.
like he's gonna like Gavin's gonna cry like a child when 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 that's gone, you know.
Yeah.
It's like because
I will
that's
be right back in one quick
yeah,
second. So.
but it's like that's his baby, you know. Satan and the GT350 is the ones who shot his channel up. I mean, I would kind of agree with the GT350, because that is a pretty dope car. But I really feel like Satan. Oh, sorry. I really personally feel like Satan and Jaeger are like the two main cars that just really boosted up his channel. Yeah. Lucifer, in my opinion, got it there as well. Yes, listen. Listen. Like I said, Lucifer, that car is just absolutely amazing. Like that's Gavin's car. Like, cause that's what real. Cause besides Yaten and Stego, and Yaten, Yaten's okay. Because really, besides say Satan and Diego, I would say Lucifer. You know, even though it didn't launch the channel, it did help out quite a bit. You know. Oh my gosh, yes. Quentin Quazo. His old vlogs as well. On the bike. That was mainly on Timeout. I would love to see those be brought back, honestly.
What are we talking about?
We are talking about Gavin's old vlogs on the bikes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
Yes, Quasar or
Quiz.
ZTB does still have the Panacali.
Mm,
It's sitting in the garage at home.
yeah. Yeah, right. That's really the big thing is that with the new McLaren, it's like that hasn't gotten him views because that's not what, because really, okay, the way YouTube works is that it pushes out videos you think you might like, and with Gavin posting the McLaren content, it's not really what his viewers watch because they are
Yeah.
there mainly for American muscle. Let's be honest, because we got Ford, we got Chevy. So it's really American muscle is why most people are there, and drag racing as well. So the
Dude,
prospect, go ahead.
no, go ahead. Finish what you were saying.
No, so I mean it's like the prospect of the McLaren. Yes, it's cool, but it's not what Gavin's viewers want to see. You know.
Yeah. I do, dude. I remember Daniel and Gavin's Honda Grom vlogs
Oh my
when Daniel
gosh.
just picked up his Honda Grom.
Mm, yeah.
See, the funny thing is, if we mention that to Andrew, he might not know that.
Oh no, cause Andrew came on, I think right before the Meep giveaway ended. I'm pretty sure he said.
Either right before the Meep giveaway ended, or like right after Satan blew up the second time.
Yeah, no, cause I was talking to Andrew about Meep, and he's like, yeah, I don't know too much about that call because I didn't really spend too much time with it. So it's like I'm pretty sure he came on. Pardon me. He came on like right as the giveaway ended. Like
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Speaking of Meep, I actually found him on TikTok the other day.
Yes, honestly, like his TikToks are like top notch. Like they're honestly like pretty damn good.
Dude, he posted one where he was in Mexico, in air quotes,
Yes.
and he spun it around. He did a 360 in the middle of the intersection, and apparently he kept getting comments like, "Oh, you didn't mean to do the 360." And he had to make another TikTok explaining that he was looking in the mirrors to make sure that it was perfectly fine.
Yes. Make sure there's no cops around him. Listen, Meep honestly is a goddamn ripper I'm like, listen, I would personally say this: seeing Meep in person and seeing it in videos is two entirely different things.
Is the
Like
paint as sparkly as it seems?
yes, it is. It's really
Okay, good.
sparkly, but I mean, the main thing about Meep is that the sound isn't conveyed in the
Really?
videos. Like, it's so much better in person than videos. Like, it's just
Someone just said Turbo BRZ versus Pro Charge at 350Z is content I'd watch if
yes.
Gavin should turbo the FRS. Dude, honestly, I think you should just 2J swap the FRS.
Mm. Okay. So, honestly,
But
alright. Listen, my thoughts on the next giveaway, just quickly, I low-key think that the Tesla is going to be on timeout for the timeout one.
I don't know.
Why not?
No, Gavin kind of liked that car. I think he's gonna do more stupid crap with it.
I mean, he did, yes, but like, what else would he use it for, though?
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe the BRZ's in the new giveaway car. We don't know.
I mean, it couldn't very well be.
Yeah.
The FRS for the next giveaway car, honestly, I would not be surprised.
I wouldn't be surprised. But
Yeah.
I have a feeling the way Gavin's talking, I think he likes that car too much.
I mean, but
then again, he's giving away Jaeger, so I can't even really like judge him on the amount of cars that he likes.
Yeah, and Meep as well, the Viper, you know. Yeah. It's like he loved all of those cars. I
wasn't surprised for the GTR either.
No.
But
I think the red on the BRZ was actually a good decision. Honestly, yes, I do like the red on it.
That paint was flawless too.
Mm.
Yeah, I agree with Quasar. I don't think he's going to give away the Tesla until after that show airs. So like, you got a year until that thing goes away.
Yeah, that's a good point. The red Miata as a giveaway car in the future.
No. You love Meep too much.
Yeah, no.
I know me, you and Meep have had discussions about like going to Florida and driving over there. Yeah. And if he were to drive over there, if Meep would physically drive over there, he would not leave with Meep.
No, he wouldn't.
Gavin would take it back.
Let's be honest, yeah. Okay. Listen, keep this on the low, but like if by some miracle I win, I'm gonna say fuck it. I'm gonna ask Andrew, be like, yo, would you want to go on a road trip with me to Gavin's and just drive Meep there to pick up Jaeger?
Pick up Jaeger.
Yes.
Dude, honestly, if I win a Camaro, would you be flying down to Florida or flying down to Louisiana, picking it up, driving it to Florida, going and hanging out in Florida for a couple of days, and then driving home? Well, it'd be fun if I wanted.
Say yes.
I was yelling at you. Say yes.
Think about what he's saying. He's basically telling you he's only gonna come see you if he wins a Camaro. Where I'm saying
he'd be happy with it.
Go down.
Listen, you guys are welcome down here anytime. Just fucking know that.
Getting yelled at for staring at my girlfriend.
As well, I just saw the ping from Henry asking me about anything under 660cc. The provisional driving license, I think it's literally you're not allowed to drive anything over 150cc. It's like literally so low.
Wow.
And yeah, you have to be 21 to hold a full driving license over here as well. But I'm just double checking on that as well to see what provisional license actually covers.
If Andrew wins one of the cars again, I swear.
Oh,
Ryder,
no.
I think we'd all be upset.
Yeah.
And I don't think it can. I don't. No, he might be able to because it's like 7 giveaways later.
I mean, no. He could because I don't think there's any laws prohibiting against that. Really.
I'm saying this for the record because I know this is being recorded. She told me that if I got a Camaro, she wouldn't be pissed off as long as she could drive it. And I told her she could drive the Mustang, and she was fine with that. Hey, it's an 800 horsepower Camaro. You got to work your way into that.
Yeah, I found the information as well for Henry. After passing theory tests over here, the provisional license allows anyone to drive a car, but it doesn't mean you can drive it whenever you want. You must be accompanied by somebody who's over the age of 21. They must have been driving for at least 3 years on a full driving license, and they're not intoxicated, never had any points or anything on their license, and you have to have an L plate on your vehicle at all times as well.
Oh,
You're not allowed to drive on the motorway either as well. That requires a special course.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah. There's an extended course you can do over here to learn how to drive properly on a motorway.
That's why I was more or less asking, because I knew it was stricter than the United States. Like, because we literally will just if we could, we'd give a driving license to a freaking monkey.
Yes.
See, you're not telling. All right, hold on.
I know it's kind of
telling me that some dummy in Florida, no offensive, would give a monkey a driver's license and the keys to like a Honda Accord or something and teach that thing how to drive.
I mean,
somebody in the United States would be stupid enough to do that.
Yeah. And it would probably be down here in Florida to do it. But
yeah, it's just
sure
I know we're different to you as well. We drive on the left over here, not on the right.
disgusting. Absolutely
but
disgusting.
it is very strict over here as well. We've got like a point system as well. So if you get 12 points on your license is instantly revoked.
Yeah, I know that.
Driving drunk is like an instant 6 points on your license as well.
Yeah, I know that we also have a points system here as well. Although I don't know on these, I don't know on the specifics of it because it probably varies state by state.
Yeah, I think it probably does. Like one state would issue sort of 3 points for a certain offence, whereas another state it might just be 2 or 4.
Yeah, it's state-based, but also federal. Yeah.
Yeah, I live in the UK. I don't live in Germany, even though I am half German.
Oh yeah. Also, we got just over 10 minutes until the giveaway ends. So we'll probably stay on until then, and then once it's midnight, that's when we're gonna pop off from the podcast.
I just seen what someone put in general as well. I just noticed the giveaway ends on April 1st. Imagine they pull some shit like, "We're keeping the cars in the damn bank, suckers."
I would honestly be pissed. I would be so heated.
I know, but it would be so funny as well.
It would be so funny.
It would be so funny, yet so illegal at the same time.
Yeah.
I would throw hands, yeah.
I would easily throw hands.
Oh, yeah. I mean...
I've already threatened to ball cap Rivers if I meet him in person, so, like...
Yeah. Listen. Okay. If anybody here wins one of the calls, please go down to PCC and just give Rivers a nice little ball tap from us.
And I know Derek will just sit there and laugh.
Oh yeah, no, Derek would not care. He would fucking laugh.
Rivers would stand up to go to give me a hug, and then I'd ball tap him and hug him, and he'd just be like, "What the fuck?"
I actually imagine Rivers to be the kind of person that would go to give you a hug and then just dab on you instead and walk away laughing.
Yeah.
Yes.
That is.
Sorry, you weren't in the call. So I got my package from DLS the other day, and I opened it all nicely. Like I cut it, I made sure that it was completely perfect. Like because the wrapping, the actual packaging is really nice. And I'm sitting there and I pulled everything out all nice and neat, and then I held the package up, and all of a sudden the bag just bent in half, and it dropped 3 key tags out in one piece of like inch thick, 12-inch long garland.
Oh my god!
Out of it. So I took a Snapchat in like the. Basically staff Snapchat group, and Rivers is in it, and I literally was like, "Dude, did you pack my order and throw this massive piece of garland in it?" And he just responds back, he's like, "Unfortunately, I didn't, but that is something I would do."
Yes. But yeah, it's like we all know Rivers is just a fucking shithead and a shit poster all at
Yeah.
once. Like,
He's not the ultimate shit poster. That's
Andrew
still
is a
Andrew.
no,
professional shit.
that's yeah. Andrew is like the ultimate shit poster. Like that's no question there. Yeah, cause like he will literally come on and just shitpost for like a good few hours with us and just not care.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, so we have
Funny when you get Andrew going too, though.
huh?
It's always fun when you get Andrew going. I just remember playing what is it? Playing Counter Strike with him.
Oh my gosh.
Playing Counter Strike with Andrew, and we kept getting him all riled up.
Yeah. Slendo. With COVID, the only reason why the previous winners didn't go down there
To
is
the flavor.
no, is because they didn't want to. Like they said no. So I mean I'm sure with this one, Gavin's probably try and beg them to please
Yeah.
go down there, cause those two cars are like his
I
babies.
was about to say, if someone says no to going down there to hand pick up Jaeger,
I
I
would throw
have a
hands.
meltdown.
I would throw hands, yes. Like I would not be afraid to drive down there or drive over and throw hands.
For hands. Pepe hands.
Ooh, what vehicle would you like to see Gavin build or fix in the future? Ooh.
This one brings up a good point. She thought I meant Jaegers and the drink, and then I realized, wait, if I go down and actually win it, I can go pick up Jaeger and then call Rivers and get Jaeger.
There you go. Okay, one car I do. Well, I mean, I think a car that they're going to be focusing on a lot more after this is going to be the 67. So I really want to see that 67
It would
and to
actually
see that
be
progress.
yes as well if Gavin and that built a DeLorean from scratch.
Ooh,
That would be cool.
that
That
would
would be
really cool.
yeah.
Can you imagine if they just went out and bought a Back to the Future DeLorean?
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
like everything with it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They just got the DeLorean.
That would actually be nice because I know a lot of people like the film Back to the Future. So
Oh my gosh, yeah.
That car's iconic.
It
Yeah.
is, yeah. Coyotes.
it was apparently created by a drunk Irishman as well.
that
Makes a lot of
does.
sense.
Yeah, that does. Back to the Future. Coyote swapped DeLorean. Oh boy. How would that sound?
What? The DeLorean?
No. Coyote swapped DeLorean.
No, it wasn't. It was John DeLorean. He was an American engineer. John Zachary DeLorean was an engineer, inventor, and executive at U.S. automobile industry, widely known for his work at General Motors and the founder of the DeLorean Motor Company. So he was the one that created the first DeLorean.
Voodoo swapped.
God. I actually got Zook saw it again in the staff Snapchat group. I had my DLS hoodie on and I was working on a Shelby doing a recall to it, and I just sent a video. I was like, "My Gavin yet?"
Yes, you are.
Dude, I got to drive that thing and it had an X pipe in it.
Ooh.
That sounds nice.
Does Gavin have a spare block? A spare block for what?
What, a Coyote block? I believe so.
Yeah.
Actually, no, I don't think he does anymore.
No, because wasn't
'Cause
that put
the
into
Frankenstein motor went into 67?
Yeah. So yeah, no, he doesn't. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, because it's now in the 67.
Can I ask as well? Have we turned off allow requests from everyone? Because this is a podcast, so obviously we can't have too many people speaking, can we?
No, we did not for this. It's just that everyone has been good about it.
Yeah.
So which
because
is
it's
nice.
allow requests from everyone is turned off now.
Yeah. All right. Oh yeah. Also, for those of you still here, Are you guys excited about us using this for the Q&As? Because I know a few of you guys here were here back when the first two were on, and that was a complete mess. So like this is gonna make them a lot better.
Yeah, and we can do like we were thinking of doing like AMAs again with the 6 team, so that you can actually come into the thing, request to talk, and we let you talk one at a time, and you can actually say your question instead of us repeating it.
Right. Yeah.
I like that idea.
I
Granted, I have
believe,
no part in deciding that. I like that
Yeah.
idea.
2 more minutes.
2 minutes for D7.
Ooh, 2
Holy
minutes.
Great.
God damn.
Hey, I gotta come back to the future, guys. Hang on.
Yeah.
Minute behind.
That's crazy. It's weird how fast 3 months has already gone by.
Yeah, I didn't realize that it was a 3-month long giveaway, dude. That's nuts.
That's what all of them have been
That
now.
went by really fast, though.
Oh yeah. No, cause then basically if they're doing 3 months, then they effectively do 8 giveaways in 1 year. Yeah. 3
To be honest, I know I'm not going to win. Like, the probability of me winning is slim to none, considering that I never any sort of like giveaway stuff. But it's like, dude, that'd be a nice birthday present.
Yeah. And I mean, like, for me, it's like, personally, I would drive Viego back and then not touch it, and then just not touch it until I get, basically until I complete a more advanced driving course. Because I want to know how to drive that thing, you know?
You drive it back, you learn.
I mean, that is true, but...
I forgot to make out a pop-out chat for the stream chat as well, because we got people in there as well.
Yeah, but...
Oh, hello.
But yes.
Hi, everyone.
Yes.
Wow.
But yeah, so it's like... Yeah, so it's like I wouldn't really want to touch it until I get those driving courses in, because I don't want to fucking wreck it, because that would just absolutely suck.
My girlfriend, she's like, I go Van. I'm like, yeah, you do that, it wouldn't be going nowhere.
Yeah.
I'm just going to quickly go onto the YouTube account and that because we forgot to make Lane a mod.
Hold on, ready?
There it is.
5, 4,
April
3,
we're still in
2, 1. DOS 7 is now complete. Holy shit. It is. Don't lose sight 7 is over. Goodbye, Viego. Goodbye, villain. YouTube will
Could you
be
imagine
missed.
if Gavin jumped on here and was just like, guys, it's over.
I mean, we could get Andrew to fucking text Gavin.
Yeah.
Well, no, I could ping Andrew to text Gavin to ping everybody in the server to jump on here.
Good.
YouTube legends. Oh my god.
Andrew's not doing those.
I mean, I don't know if even Andrew... Well, I mean, it's only 11 now, so... But yeah, so... On that note, that's gonna be a wrap on the first podcast here. So if you guys enjoyed it, great. And please leave us feedback on how we could improve things, because again, this is our very first one. And
we are gonna...
Yeah, it's just gonna keep on improving, week to week. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. And we will be taking questions as well after the stream. So Sion, if you want to open up all the requests to everybody, you can.
Yeah, I already have.
All right. So thanks everybody on YouTube, and we will be answering questions on Discord here.